It's always game day in Cleveland. He's Daryl Ryder. I'm Andy Baskin. Again, brought to you by our good friends at Smiley One and Bryant. That's right, Smiley One and Bryant, Northeast Ohio's heating and cooling experts. All right, Daryl, let's talk about the injury front. Deshaun Watson, are we concerned that he left in a walking cast, or where are we? Maybe bruised bone. I know we'll find out more. They were talking about the MRI earlier today. I got to believe they already had it back by the time the press conference rolled around for Kevin Stefanski, but he said he hadn't heard anything as of then.
Yeah. So we are waiting on 3 MRIs. Deshaun Watson's ankle, the MRI for the calf of Juan Thornhill, and Denzel Ward's neck. Those are the 3 big ones that we're waiting on. As you mentioned, Deshaun, a walking boot, leaving M&T Bank Stadium. I'm sure that was really precautionary to, just advanced planning. Hopefully it's not a high ankle sprain. Hopefully it's just a regular ankle turn and he'll
Could be a bruised bone too.
Yeah.
Could be a bruised bone.
Yeah. And those high ankle sprains, man, they tend to linger for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. So hopefully that is not the case. But here's the problem with this ankle injury, though, Andy. It's now going to put even more stress on that right shoulder injury, because you compensate with the deep balls with the lower body. Okay, you're not having to use the whole shoulder. Now it becomes more dependent. If you can't use the lower body as much, you're putting extra torque on that right shoulder, makes it tougher to throw. So this ankle injury potentially could be problematic for maybe not so much his availability, but his productivity when he's out there. You notice in the second half, not a lot of deep balls for Deshaun. I think the deepest throw he had was on that final drive, that 18-yard completion over the middle to Amari Cooper. I think that was like the longest throw of that second half. And that was done to kind of protect that ankle injury a little bit. So going to have to watch that. 2 other items that we have to watch this week. DeJuan Jones told us on Friday in the locker room he was a little frustrated, couldn't play, was hoping that this week he would be able to come back. We shall see there. And then Michael Dunn can begin the process of coming off injured reserve. And so Kevin Stefanski was asked on Monday about his status. The Browns very, very thin on that offensive line right now, so could absolutely use his help. And so we'll find out later in the week if they are going to begin the process to get him off injured reserve.
Daryl, how did you think Leroy Watson and James Hudson played? I mean, the fact that we didn't talk about them and that we haven't talked about them makes me think they had a great game. They played really well. If we're not talking about them on the offensive line, other than recovering a fumble, to me, that means you had a good game.
Yeah, I thought they played. I think they did a nice job. It certainly helped that you had guys like Wyatt Teller helping them out. Okay. And David.
They did give them a lot of help for tight ends too.
They did. And I think I remember saying something last week on a certain podcast.
I think I may have said that. Mr. Tight End right here. Come on, Daryl.
Njoku was going to be important in the.
No, I talked about the other tight ends that they would use them and put them in position. Maybe I said it on the radio.
I think you said it on the radio.
Yeah, I must have said it on the radio and then let you have the credit for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of busy during the whole Baskin and Phelps 4-hour extravaganza.
Come on. You're just watching practice. I mean, you only get 30 seconds to do that.
It's 20 minutes, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, on Fridays, it's more like 15.
You do have great pictures, though. I will tell you that. You always take good pictures.
I haven't been taking a lot of – so my camera is broken. My Canon
behind the scenes with Daryl Ryder. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I haven't been posting a lot of high-res pictures anymore because my Canon so I took it to the air show. And I took fabulous pictures at the air show. But that's how I discovered the camera was broke, because a lot of the pictures are ruined. Because because there's a crack or a mark in all of them. Every single picture in the same spot.
So you burned it on the sun.
So no, I don't know what happened. So
what'd you do?
I don't know. I've had the camera for like 10 years though. So
is it a burn mark? I'm telling you, that sounds like a burn mark that you either shot it up at the sun or you left the lens pointed at the sun.
Yeah, I don't know. But so I got to replace the camera after 10 years. And I have
washer and dryer this week, or washer, man. You got your choices there, don't you?
Yeah, well, I had, let's see, I had to have oral surgery. That was very expensive, even with insurance. I had to replace my dryer. That isn't always the cheapest. I went to Seattle to see my sister, which probably was not a great financial move to make. So that's the real reason why I've not been posting a lot of stuff on Instagram, because right now I can't afford to go out and buy new camera equipment right
Well,
now.
let's sell one of those autographed baseballs you got behind you.
I've just been, oh, no. That's going to pay for, I'm going to have to do that to pay for all my MacBook, my iMac, and my iPad that I had to buy this year for work.
Do you want me to just get you some generic baseballs so they look like they're autographed, and I'll put some fake signatures on them? If you had to part with one baseball behind you back there, Daryl, what would you part with?
Which one? I don't want to part with any of them, but I'm gonna.
Okay, but if there's one, do you have a double?
No, I do have my most valuable baseball is my Willie Mays.
Oh, it's not there, Daryl. I just want everyone to know that your Willie Mays is in a separate place, not at your house.
So that is my most valuable baseball. I have a lot of let's see, I have like Omar. I've got Mudcat Grant. I've got, obviously, you're not a Clevelander if you don't have a Bob Feller autograph.
Did you pay what, $150 for it? $50? What'd you pay?
No, I got the 2 for $20 spring training special. 1 for 10, 2 for $20 at spring training is.
What's your name there, Daryl? How do you spell that? Daryl. Daryl.
I got a Rocky Calavito. I've got a Herb Score. Omar Vizquel, Kenny Lofton. I got a Brian Anderson autograph up there.
That's a good one. B is a good one.
No.
So, for just a quick story, sidebar. So, I spent 6 years.
I don't think we have time for sidebars. You're going to have to save it for the next podcast.
Is that what we're doing? You got to roll? We got to roll? Yeah. All right, let's roll.
We got it.
We're good. We got more to do. We've got another podcast coming up in 2 days. I'll give you my Bob Feller story in the next edition of It's Always Game Day in Cleveland. For our amazing producer, Meredith Kane, he's Daryl Ryder. Thank you for watching on YouTube and, of course, listening on the Odyssey app. And all you haters, just keep on hating. Why don't you write some more stuff on there? I love you. Goodbye. It's Always Game Day.